Good morning, y'all, man. Happy Sunday, man. We got a lot to unpack today. We're talking about college football. All right. Now, AP poll drops today. Does it still matter to a degree? But the college football playoff rankings are going to drop on Tuesday. So I have reaction to both. But I do want to react to this game right here, Georgia versus Florida. DJ Lagway goes out of the game. Let me give him credit, man. Great start for him, throwing that 59-yard bomb, 7-3. If he would have stayed in this game, they would have upset Georgia. That's just 100%. Y'all can say what y'all want. They would have upset Georgia, man. But let's react to the game. Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I talked about Carson Beck in another video, kept it like a minute. I don't want to ramp on him because Georgia has other issues as well. But Carson Beck is a problem. You know what I'm saying? And his performance the last two games in this season is not going to cut it. Now, I'm not the type of analyst to go and be in people's pockets and NIL money. I want to see the players win, so I'm not even going to mention that. Some of y'all will, but that's not me. But what I will say is this has not been the season you thought. Remember, going in, Beck was supposed to be this Heisman candidate, right, coming in because he was, in this high draft pick. He has hurted his stock. His stock has plummeted to me, on this team. And you guys can say receiver. You guys can say the offensive coordinator, like Bobo, whatever you want to say. Beck has just not been good. He is not hitting and winning in the short and intermediate throws. And it's like he's not seeing that underneath defender when he's throwing across the middle of the field or throwing in those tight windows. And it's hurting the team. 3 interceptions again in the game, right? 2 early first quarter or first half turnovers, I should say. That's not going to win, And if Beck keeps it up, Georgia's going to get knocked off. So that's number one. Number two, right? Georgia has way too many busted coverages. Like, whether it's in the secondary or just busted plays offensively, they have way too many of them. That's another issue going on with Georgia. You know what I'm saying? So they got to clean that part up. The other thing with Georgia, the slow starts. Defense keeps them in the game for the most part. Offense takes forever to get going. What's going to happen when you face an explosive offense, right? We've seen it against Bama, right? Explosive offense. We've seen, obviously, they had to kind of climb out of the hole and come back. But that's not going to work. You know what I'm saying? Then you go and look, at some other games. Slow starts against Auburn, right? They're going to have to figure out the slow start problem as well. So when you look at it in its totality, Georgia has issues. I don't know, if they're going to be able to, win a championship this season. They got to work out some kinks and things like that and other things like that also to get into the SEC championship. And they play Ole Miss this week. I'm not going to lie, upset watch for me. And I don't know, that loss might do it for Georgia, potentially, far as making the SEC championship game. But we're going to see. I'm going to have more on that later in the week. But I do want to say that is very concerning. Now, one thing that's not concerning, and I know he did the chomp and got yelled at by Coach Kirby Smart. But talk about Trevor Etienne going out with a rib injury. And here's the good part, Bulldogs fans. Going out with a rib injury and Nate Frazier stepping up big, 82 yards rushing, 4.3 yards per carry and a touchdown. He had a great game, I thought, and really did his thing. Arian Smith, I thought, was good in spots, getting the football. But the problem is Georgia does not have a guy that is consistent maybe in the passing game. When I say consistent, I'm not talking quarterback, I'm talking about like receiver. Like they do it by committee. That's not the worst thing in the world. But you had guys like the previous couple of years they won. Lam McConkey, you know what I'm saying? Brock Bowers. Like you got guys I think are capable of that, like a Lawson Lucky or Oscar Dell, but you got to get them the ball, get them more involved. And that needs to be this team's kind of MO going forward. How can we get the tight ends more involved in the game? You know what I'm saying? How can we get them the ball? Because that was a big staple of their offense in years past. Got to find a way to be able to do that. Now, going on to, that's everything as far as Georgia. Going on to Florida. Man, trending in the right direction, right? What can I say? They ran the ball well. I thought with Jacoby Jackson. I thought they were in it, right? To lose two of your top quarterbacks, right? Graham Mertz out for the season. Coach Billy Napier's already said his injury, DJ Lagway, is pretty significant. So now you're coming in with a guy that transfers in. And I thought he did what he could in that spot. It's a tough spot to be in against a top team in the country. But I thought he stepped up. I thought he made plays. I thought they ran the ball well, linked on the run attack. I felt like the defense did what it was supposed to do. You got to just cash in on turnovers. When team is giving you that many opportunities, you got to cash in. And obviously they had the turnovers of their own for Florida later in the game that allowed UGA to pull away. But you like this going forward. If you can keep Lagway out of the transfer portal and come back another year, right, with a potentially new quarterback for Georgia, you feel pretty good with your chances next year to potentially win this rivalry. Especially, I mean, I know it'll be at Mercedes-Benz, but you feel pretty good with your chances to win this rivalry. So I like what Billy Napier is doing. I know some people want him out, but this team, when you look at the trajectory, they're going up, right? They're playing better. Defense is coming alive, right? They're creating pressure, right? They're creating turnovers, sacks, right? Big plays. Some of the stuff we wasn't seeing early on. Give Florida credit, man. They really battled it and fought through it. So I want to give them their love as well. So overall, that's my thoughts, man. Like I said, Georgia turns it on in the second half. Good on them, man, showing the kind of that championship pedigree. But they got to get some things fixed if they want to win it all or make a deep run in the playoffs this upcoming season in the new 12-team playoff, in my humble opinion. But that's my overall assessment. That's my thoughts. Georgia reigns supreme again, but got some things to work on. Florida trending in the right direction and definitely got some good potential in the near future.